For the 100% cheapest coins on the internet with reliable delivery and quick customer support, check out my sponsor MMOEXP by clicking the link at the top of the description and use code SWIFT at checkout for 5% off.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
Salsa family, and today I'm coming back at you guys with another Madden 21 video on the channel. And in today's video, the new Team Diamonds are in the game. We got a whole bunch of 98 overalls, and there's a few things that I want to go over in today's video to make some coins off of this new card dropper promo, get some of these players for cheap, and actually just clear out your binder. So as you guys can see right here, there are new 98 overall Team Diamonds in the game. We got a whole bunch of really good cards. This new 98 Sterling Sharp is one of the best receivers in the game. 96 speed on the player. We also ended up getting Eric Berry. He is incredible as well at the strong safety position, and every single team did get an upgrade. So if you have a theme team, your team just got a new card. Eric Berry right here at strong safety is juiced up, 95 COD, incredible speed and excel. This card is absolutely fire, and the general trend you guys will notice when it comes to these players is these players are usually selling for around 1 million coins when it comes to their card price and their power up combined. But like I said at the start of the video, what I want to do right here for tip number 1 is show you guys how to get some of these players for cheap, or potentially turn this into a little bit of a coin making method. So what I want to do is hop into these sets, and as we're doing so, if you have not yet left a like, scroll down and leave a like. I would greatly appreciate it. In the Team Diamond Series 5 sets, let's quickly go over the format for how you guys can get these players. Now all of these sets are going to require the highest overall player on the specific team, so the majority of these are going to be Team of the Year players. Chris Jones right here is one of the players we need for this set. You're also going to need a total of 590 to 94s and 1085 to 89s. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do here, guys, is go over how you guys can get this set done for the cheapest price possible, which is actually lower than buying these cards off the block. So step number 1 is we need to pick up 10 of these players right here. These cards are fairly easily snipeable at around 20,000 coins. Let's say you buy them at 20k. That's going to be 200k on our 85 to 89 overall players. Now next up, we're going to need a total of 6 at 90 to 94s. If you're getting these cards for around 55,000 coins like this Daniel Sorensen is up for right now, then we're going to be spending roughly 300,000 coins on these players. And finally, we also need a Chris Jones card right here. This is up for around 300k. When we total all that up, that is 800,000 coins, which if you guys remember, that is cheaper than buying the card off the block. So technically, if you guys want these players, do the set, but if we want to drill down even further and get these cards even cheaper, I'm going to show you how to do that right here. So what we're going to do is scroll on over to our solo challenges and move on over to the Team Affinity solos, and as you guys will see right here, there are new Team Diamond Series 5 challenges. Now, unlike these other solos where you get a free full edition player, that is not what we're going to get. As you will see, for beating 32 of these challenges, you're going to earn a Team Diamond Fantasy Pack, which is then going to contain 5 random NAT players that can be used to complete the set. So we're not getting the highest overall players. Well, there's a chance we could. We're not necessarily getting the lowest overall players every time. Now, let's say you don't get that lucky. Maybe you get a couple of the higher cards that are 90 pluses, and you get 3 of the lower overall players. Well, that's going to give you about 200,000 coins in value, which is then going to save you 200k that you don't need to spend on the set. So technically, if you guys were to do these solo challenges and get the pack, as well as do the set and get the player for cheap, you can get these cards for around 600k when they then sell for around 1 million to 1.2 mil. That could turn into a coin making method right there. Now, when it comes to these challenges, you don't need to play these on full star difficulty. All you need to do is actually play these on 1 star and simply get the first requirement. So don't worry about getting these on full star difficulty. Don't worry about those bonus stars. All you need to do is complete all 32 challenges. The stars are basically irrelevant. It's going to be much easier to just focus on getting 1 star. It's going to be a lot faster to do so. I've seen people on Twitter saying this only takes about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Like, look at some of these challenges. Score a rushing touchdown in the first quarter on 1 star difficulty. That is not going to take you very long. Now, obviously, there's a lot of solos in here, and depending how you like to play your solos, maybe you can space it out, do them over a couple of sittings, do them all at once. But a lot of these challenges seem very easy, like pass for 100 yards. Realistically, that's taken me no more than a minute. Get 6 tackles, that's going to be really quick as well. Score 2 touchdowns, not that challenging. Score your touchdown, kick the ball off. You can use the glitch to automatically get sacks. You can hit stick them on the kickoff return because you are playing this on arcade mode. So these solos, they don't seem that hard. I would estimate about an hour and a half for these challenges, and yeah, definitely would recommend you guys play these, especially if you want to get one of these players for cheap. I'm probably going to be doing that. I do really want the Eric Eric Berry, and essentially how it works is when you complete the solos, you'll select a team. So we would select the Chiefs if we wanted Eric Berry. If you wanted the corner on the Texans, select the corner. If you're building a theme team, select the team you're building, and then you're going to get 5 random players on that team that I would assume are probably going to be like 85 to 96 overall players. That's what it looks like they should be. Obviously, the lowest overalls are 85s, and we could get all the way up to this 96 Stephon Diggs like in this set right here. So that's how you guys get these players for cheap. Let's go over a couple of tips otherwise right here. Now, if you guys have any straggler players, today is the day to sell off these cards, guys. I have some extra players that I did get from opening up a pack yesterday, and prices are up, prices are hot. Today is the day, like I said. Sell off any players that you guys have that are an 85 plus. Some of these cards have gone up in price drastically. You guys will notice for some specific teams where the player is super wanted, the prices of the cards have gone up a lot, but 45k for a 90 is much more expensive than that was a couple of days ago. An 89 right here at 25k, that's going to be a solid deal as well. As we take a look at some of these other players, 18k for an 86, that is up in price so much, guys. 86 overall players were selling for like 9k a couple of days ago. So if you have any extra players that you have yet to sell off and you pulled from some packs, or maybe just have in your item binder and forgot to do anything with, today is the day to sell off these cards, guys. Go through your binder, get rid of your players. They are not going to be selling for a more expensive time for quite some time in this game mode. So you're going to want to make sure that you do your due diligence, you go through that binder, and you sell off any of these extra players that you have, because prices are hot right now. Now, at the end of the video here, guys, I want to go over a coin making method, which I haven't really tried out. I kind of just have a theory that it could work very well, and this is one of those methods that if you find a way to do it properly, this could make you like 1,000,000 coins in a day. I want to share with you guys what I am thinking right now, and then we'll see if some of you guys are able to turn this into a really good method. I'm going to be testing it out and trying to tweak it in the best way possible to turn it into an effective method, but let's see here. Here's step number 1, and here's essentially what we're going to be doing. So for the first step, we're going to buy a Mud Hero player at the cheapest price possible, ideally under 300k. That's probably what you're looking for. That'll give you a fairly good coin per training point ratio. As you guys will see, these cards are up for around 300. You could buy them at that price very easily. Let's say we snipe one and we buy one at 280k. That's the price point that I initially had written down. Obviously, if you have less coins, you can actually buy at a 5 CPT. So other ways you guys can achieve this CPT are buying 93 overall players at a price of around 75 to 80k if possible, and that's kind of what we're looking for when it comes to our training. And now that we have these training points, what we're going to do is we're going to look for the best one of these packs to roll our training into. As you guys will see when we hop into the training section of the store, we have these flashback packs, heavyweights, rising stars, and veteran player packs right here, and I think these packs represent a very intriguing opportunity in the market, to say the least, because of the fact that these 90 plus overall players have gone up in price so much. Now, it's not a guarantee that we get a 90 plus out of these, and it's not a guarantee that we get an expensive 90 plus out of these, but let's just do the numbers first before we decide which pack we think is the best. So here are the simple numbers. If we end up getting our training points and we buy that 97 overall player, we are going to be able to roll these packs 9 times, which essentially means that in order to break even, we need 31,000 coins per card in order to get back to that 280k price point. Now let's go into the market and let's take a look at the prices of these players, because as you guys might notice, some of these players have gone up in price drastically. So starting it off right here, let's go over the Rising Stars promo, and a lot of these cards aren't going to be selling at a crazy price. The 89s haven't moved a ton. Cortland Sutton, Sean Murphy Bunting, those players haven't gone up a whole ton, but as we scroll down a little bit more and we get to some of these 90 overall players, yeah, you guys will see these cards have gone up a lot. So Brian Burns right there is one of them, TJ Hawkinson, AJ Brown, but most notable is the Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He's a 90 overall. A lot of people want the Eric Berry. His 90 overall card is now selling for 70k. You guys will notice this trend on a lot of these filters as we go through them. Let's go through heavyweights right here, and what I'm going to do is kind of talk through my thought process, and ideally by going through the market right here, we can find the best one of these packs to open up that gives us the most opportunity to pull some crazy cards. So as you guys can see, none of the 89s on this filter are selling for a crazy deal. As we scroll up a little bit more though, 90 overall Patrick Ricard at 40k, that's solid. We then actually have this Kenny Clark selling at 69,000 coins, that's good as well. Grady Jarrett and Jarrell Casey are selling for a crazy good price. So yeah, this filter is looking pretty solid. Heavyweights, if we get a 90 plus, we are making a lot of coins right there. Now moving on to the flashback filter right here, again, I'm just doing research as I go through this and talking it through to determine which one of these packs is going to be the best, and then we'll test out something at the end of the video here. So as you guys can see, a lot of the 89s are cheap on this filter. Marcus Peters is fairly expensive. CJ Mosley, Tom Brady, Adrian Amos, and Alex Mack, Le'Veon Bell as well. None of those cards, I don't think are going to make this one worth it. I think right now the best looking one is probably probably the heavyweights. Let's take a look at veterans here really quickly and see if any of these 89s or 90s are really selling for a big price point. As you guys will see right here on this filter, the 89s don't look that expensive. As we get into some of the 90 overall players, it looks like Jared Cook is going to be fairly expensive. He's up for around 45k right now, so that's pretty good. We have Mario Addison at 50k. That's good. DeMario at 56. Yeah, this filter doesn't look like it's going to be the best. Ryan Fitzpatrick is an expensive card, but I think our best bet right here is going to be heavyweights. I saw a lot of expensive 90 overall heavyweights on this filter. As you guys will see right here, all of the 90s were up for a lot. Patrick Ricard wasn't that much, but we had Kenny Clark up for 69k. That's a pretty good price. We have Jarrell Casey up for 70. We have Grady Jarrett up for 78. We have DeMarcus Lawrence up for 90. So I'm liking this heavyweight filter. I'm going to do a couple of rolls of this. Obviously, again, all we would technically need is 31k per card. And if we are able to get a 90 overall every single time out of this pack, we are making a lot of coins. If we pull 89s, those are kind of bust cards. I'm probably going to quick sell most of the pulls we get from this just so we can roll this a couple of times in volume. Show me a 90 overall plus, please. We get a 90 Grady Jarrett. So that's all it takes, guys. I'm going to actually keep this 90 Grady Jarrett, and we're going to sell off the card right now because, as you guys will see, the card is going for a crazy price. These 90 overalls have gone up in price so much. So this is kind of a coin making method that I do want to try out and that I was excited to share with you guys. As you can see, 90 overall Grady is up for 75k. He shouldn't be selling for that much. There's no reason why a 90 should be up for 70k. So there's a lot of opportunity, in my opinion, to do this coin making method and make some coins. We're going to put the card up for 69, and he should sell at that price. But that's what I wanted to go over in today's video. Potentially a very, very godly coin making method at the end. I'd recommend you guys try it out. Let me know if you're as effective as it. Let me know if you're effective with it in the comment section. And yeah, that's going to do it for me. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.